But that dovetails off what happened yesterday with LIV and the DP Tour, European Tour, getting with the PGA, and all the responses by players who felt manipulated and lied to and, you know, betrayed, basically. Rory McIlroy said today, and he summed it all up by saying, well, listen, like it or not, this money is coming into sports and into our sport of golf. You either like it or you don't, but it's going to be there, so you may as well like it as opposed to, you know, not having it at all, I suppose. That's kind of strange, I thought, coming from him, given how he was just absolutely behind the PGA. He was the front guy. He was the guy who was defending the reputation of the PGA, talking about how important it was, and then here he is now, caught in the middle, basically.
Yeah, Jay Monahan asked him to go up there and be a human shield for everything related to LIV in the PGA Tour for how many? For what, a year plus?
Yep.
You'd have to have Rory trotted out as sort of the white knight of the PGA Tour. And then he basically got stabbed in the back by Jay Monahan. Jay Monahan stabbed pretty much every PGA Tour pro who probably turned down 9 figures for this idea of playing for their legacies, and there's more to golf than money. Well, there's not more to Jay Monahan than money. This is the same guy that invoked the victims of 9/11, their families, when he was trashing LIV a year ago, and now has those same people wondering why a year later that blood money was apparently enough for him to play Let's Make a Deal. I think it's pretty shameful all around on the part of the PGA Tour, but let this be a lesson to any of you kids out there, a very cynical lesson. If you're done with school for the year and you're watching the nightly sports call, no matter what anyone says, everybody's got a price. The $1 Million Man was right all those years ago in old WWF programming, Bob.
There's no question about it. And I am of the belief that not only did he get a price, but he got a deal done before anyone else knew of it. So therefore, all the players out there who are wanting his resignation and new leadership ain't going to get it, because he has something already done, written, and signed. So I
thought it was a player-led tour. I thought it couldn't happen like that on a player-led tour. Or was that all a crock of BS?
Probably a crock of BS too. The one thing the LIV needed that they could not get, no matter how much money, was television credibility. They did not have it. They were on YouTube. They were on CW Network. Nothing against CW Network, but I mean, it's not one of the major places that you're going to find golf. And so therefore, the only way they can do it, they have existing deals, the PGA does, with networks that carry on for the next several years. So this is their way to get involved there, but it's very disappointing to me to watch it all play out the way it did. Meantime, Pirates lose. Now this loss, I'm going to get into it with you, and I have about a minute here before we go to break, but it's very, very terrible to watch a team that came in here with a 15-game road losing streak. Pirates beat them on Monday, and barely. I mean, they could have lost that game, and then they got pounded. And the most concerning thing is watching Contreras today. The fact that he couldn't even get out of a first inning. This is a guy who is supposed to be one of your star players moving forward. Your take on what happened here, and it seems like every time they do something good, they take 2 steps backwards.
Extremely troubling that their 2 supposed best young arms, and Keller's shown a bunch this year, but he's now got a couple starts in a row where he's been bad. Their 2 best young arms not only couldn't slam the door on another series sweep against a horrible team, Bob, but they were just terrible. Now, if Richie was hosting tonight, I would keep prattling on for at least another 90 seconds, but I know we've got to get to a break, so I will save my thoughts in a cliffhanger fashion for everybody, my real drill down deep thoughts about this series for coming up next.
That's coming up next. All the reason for you to stay tuned. We'll do that. We'll take your phone calls. I see we have a lot of people on the line right now. It's 412-575-2600. Call us. Air your opinions right here on the Ireland Contracting Nightly Sports Call.